Cause I kind of seen the other video too. So you at 12 years old now, Dada, and you seen somebody knock on somebody's door and they was about to hit a lick. Let us know what was happening before that. Like, what was the plan before that, Dada? Like, let us know how you even knew these people, Dada, to set up the lick, and why was y'all trying to lick this person, Dada, that y'all was going to lick when you was 12?
Nah, I ain't say no 12. I said I witnessed a 5% dude, and I was about to finish telling you the story about the first homicide that I got to see that altered my life. That was the question that you gave me.
Yeah, facts.
Trying to stay on that deliverance and not digress.
Yeah, facts.
So the
Facts.
first thing that altered me, like I said in my neighborhood, and I was saying about the 5%ers. So the first homicide I seen, which really deterred me with even wanting to be a 5%er, you know what I mean, due to my best friend. Like I say, Raheem, that's not his birth name, but he was a 5%er, so that was his name.
You knew him at this time? You was with him at this time?
Now we all from the same neighborhood. We was like,
All right, and he went with you to Maryland. He died in Maryland, but we're gonna stay right here, Dada. All right, let's stay right at this. What you saying, Dada? Go ahead. So
we kids. It's the summertime, so back then you had 5%ers. Like say when they'll ask you, dude, what's today's mathematics, God? Peace, God. What's today's mathematics? If a motherfucker is acting like he a 5% and he don't know the mathematics, it's a high possibility niggas gonna put hands on that nigga. Feel me?
yeah,
Nigga going out back then, we had mad Chinese restaurants. Niggas used to be caught up on pork fried rice. Motherfuckers that come through, they see niggas eating pork fried rice, they slapping the shit out of niggas' hands. Shit like that. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
So dudes started wanting to be 5%ers, but it was the knowledge that was intriguing. Also the fear factor that was bringing with what you had to have, the knowledge to have. That was also intriguing because they bullied niggas and most niggas to be 5%ers. You follow what I'm saying?
yeah,
All right. So one dude, his name was Raheem. I think his name was Raheem too. One day he was under this other dude that was a 5%er, and he used to like verbally abuse the nigga.
yeah,
Take the knowledge that he had, but he always verbally abused son of the nigga. So this particular day is over there by 160. Yeah, it's 167th. The grocery store right there. We got 23 Park. Man coming out there with his kid. His kid was like 2 years old. The nigga ran up on the nigga and just shot that nigga right there in front of his kid. In the summertime. You know what I'm saying? He ain't have
yeah.
a running in the big spot of the park.
So you said that he shot somebody's kid?
No, he shot the dude that he was under in front of his kid.
Oh, I bet. So he shot him in front of his kid. I bet.
Which was traumatizing.
Yeah,
So I'm looking at the joint like, damn, but then when you hear the story about, how this dude was verbally abusing the dude, sonning the dude, you know what I mean, all these type of things, he pushed them to a breaking point, if you understand what I'm trying to get at.
yeah.
But we don't know that dynamics as a kid. We just see that. Follow me?
I hear you.
So that right there kind of like, that, God damn, just like, because when I grew up in our neighborhood, people that grew up, it was like leap year for a nigga to kill another nigga in the projects.
It was prohibited. It was prohibited to kill someone in the project, you're saying?
It was like leap year. Like, you know what I mean? We were so connected, community connected. That wasn't the first thought that come through a nigga mind to kill a nigga that his mother know your mother, or y'all grew up
Yeah,
and have a fallout. It results to you killing this person. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah. Facts.
Not saying that homicides ain't happened, but it didn't happen within our own community amongst us.
It's just a cruddy way of going, the daughter. Seeing that a friend killing a friend, the daughter. You're like, damn, I bet it's like some juice shit, the daughter. Real shit. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Now this shit's like some juice shit. You can't trust shit. You can't trust him. You can't trust the motherfucking soul. Niggas would do you dirty while niggas is committing homicides. Niggas is coming out, the daughter. So a lot of shit is actually happening. I understand everything you're saying. You had a good point, the daughter. So now you start to see shit for what it really is.
Yeah.
And why did homie get killed for?
I know he abused authority with the 5% lessons that kids
Alright.
pupil. You feel me? He pushed them. He pushed them to a break. Same way we to the point where I had eventually had to learn back.
Yeah.
These are triggering situations in everybody's life. Everybody's immune to it. They may not want to talk about it, but everybody on some type of level, if they a beast, became a beast, they didn't come out their mother womb.
I bet. I feel it, Gigi. I feel it. I feel it. So that's one of the situations that you feel that what's that shit called, the data? It changed your perspective on shit, the data.
It, in my neighborhood, like they run through, you know,
You're kind of breaking up. You're kind of breaking up, Keoni.
hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I said we grew up with a crew, and we named ourselves 25 to Life.
Can't hear him.
He said he grew up with a crew and he named himself 25 to life. Oh, he's about to blow his Bluetooth, I think. What's up?
You can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you perfect now. Go ahead. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Now we got you.
All right, so when you asked me about do I know Fat Joe, the reason why we know each other so well, we so acquainted with each other is because I just mentioned my last name and the purpose of my last name,
Yeah.
Raheem. Raheem lived it over top, I mean underneath Fat Joe.
He lived underneath Fat Joe, and that's how you met him. From that's how you met Fat Joe through Raheem.
No, we all grew up in the same projects. You know, each building got their own building, but each
Yeah.
building has their own community in their building.
Yeah. Exactly. So you
So
used to go. So you had a friend called Raheem, and you used to go chill with Raheem, and Fat Joe lived right underneath Raheem.
yeah, all TS hang out in front of 1000. That was their building. That was their sanctuary where they hung out at.
How was Fat Joe growing up? He was the same person that he is today. He was really on that timing.
I mean, yeah, because you know what I mean. That's be real. I'm talking about we grew up in an era where you know what I mean. It was Puerto Ricans and blacks, and sometimes we'll go at odds with each other. You feel me? So
Yeah.
it's considered a gangster introduction, to be honest with you. You feel me?
Yeah.
So we had these type of frictions amongst 25 to Life and TS. You understand what I'm saying? Coming up. And you gotta be mindful, Joe is 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
So Joe is really, you know what I mean, in the realms of my big homie, which my big homie would be Showbiz, Lord Finesse,
Yeah.
Diamond D. You understand? Digging in the crates. Them all that's who I come under. You feel me?
Yeah. So while y'all was growing up, sometimes you and Fat Joe's crew would have tension.
Yeah.
Y'all had little drama, fights, and shit like that.
Yeah, because we was little dudes trying to come up and, you know what I mean, we wanted to be respected. We wanted to see TS was ahead because them niggas was getting that money. You feel me? They was hitting the
Yeah.
streets, you know what I mean? They was getting that money. You know what I mean? Back then, the Spanish dudes in our neighborhood, they was ahead of black dudes because black dudes were selling crack, but back then they was selling uh heroin. Heroin money was like out of town money in New York back then. You feel me?
Yeah. So you seen Big Pun around and shit?
Now I was locked up before Big Punk. Yeah, you gotta remember I got locked up 1992.
All right. All right, so you knew Fat Joe when he was a kid and shit like that. I bet. So boom. So you see your boy body somebody, which was his friend, the daughter. I bet. So, what makes you the daughter get into picking up a gun? Is it beef? Is it beef? Are you beefing with someone? Like, what makes
Yeah,
you pick
yeah,
up? Is it
yeah.
self defense? What made you first pick up your first gun, the daughter, and shoot your first pistol?
The reason, the first thing that made me really, you know what I mean, start,
How old
because
was you? How old was you?
I was in the 12, 13 era right there. I was like 13 because that's when I walked in junior high school. I think junior high school is what really introduced me to
What
the
kind of
the, the
pistol was it? Where you get it from?
it was a shotgun, a one
What
shot
the fuck?
shotgun. With a hairline fracture. You know what I'm talking about, hairline, right? Like
What? Sawed
soon as
off?
you yeah, as soon as you touch that motherfucker, I mean, if you breathe on the trigger, it go off.
Yeah.
One
You
of them
shot a
joints.
shotgun, Dada. Your first, you shot a shotgun at 12, 13.
Yeah, I almost shot my leg off fucking with that shit, man. You know what I mean? Just that shit was crazy. One shot.
You know what I mean?
Why?
Because it was there.
I'm saying, why was you? Why did you go approach somebody with a shotgun? What was the situation
Oh,
about?
that's when we used to have little beefs with a neighborhood. Cause I'm from Forest. We used to beef with this other neighborhood called Davidson back then. They all for like Prospect Avenue. They used to be our rivals. So we used to beef with Davidson. Then we might get in confrontations with, you know what I mean, other neighborhoods. We might go to Jackson. You know what I mean? Then after we might go to Jackson. Then we might go to Rogers Place, Kelly. Then we
Yeah.
might go to, then you got Skate Key back then. So everybody from Skate Key. Then you might run into Castle Hill niggas. Then you might Rosedale niggas. You dig what I'm
So
saying?
so you hanging with older people at this time. You're the
Nah,
youngest person.
I'm
Are you the
hanging with my
youngest person
peers.
in your crew?
Now I'm hanging with my peers, but
Yeah.
when I come back with my peers is playing with the streets. But the older dudes, they used to put me in the little situations, you feel me? And I used to do things and make them real interested in me. So that's what they'll say, come on, man, we're gonna have you as the live wire. Everybody want a live wire with them. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that basically that's what it was. I used to get niggas to give me clothes, niggas to give me shit just for being a live wire. You feel me?
I bet the data. So boom. So boom. You pick up a shotgun. You shoot it. The data. That was just for fun. The data. When does it get serious?
Or when it start getting serious, when you know what I mean, when I transition, when I get to high school and I start, being introduced to the drug game, like the brother just said, and you know what I mean, and next thing I know, I'm starting going out of town. I'm
I
starting
bet.
going.
So you get to high school. You get to high school. The data. What's the first? What was your first drug transaction you're getting? The data. Like what makes you in the drug game? What's your first introduction to a drug game? The data. Like
I ain't just jump in the drug game. I came in like how bro just broke it down. I came on the strong arming tip, man. I wasn't really into the niggas. You know what I mean? I just like to being fly. To be honest with you, I was cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I was cool.
yeah.
As long as I'm fresh and I got a little bit of money in my pocket, I'm cool with that. All the big shit, I wasn't with it.
Right. So before you get to high school, you're in high school now, and you're strong arming shit.
Yeah, before I got to high school, I was strong arm and shit. I went to like two different junior high schools. The high school I went to, the junior high school I went to was in my neighborhood, 120. I got kicked out of that high school and I went to 131. And 131 was between Castle Hill, all Soundview, all that. That's how I ran into Pistol Pete, Beamo, all them niggas, the sex money murder niggas. That's how I ran into
Yeah.
them.
So you know the KAR dudes.
No, I'm not talking about that pistol. I'm talking about sex money murder Pistol Pete.
You talking
Oh,
about
you
sex,
the
money,
real
murder?
Pistol Pete. You're saying the one that so
Yeah.
you knew him.
I got
You knew
pictures with
him.
me and him. We used to go
Yo,
out of
y'all can
town
hear me?
together.
Yes, we
Yeah, I
can.
hear you.
Yeah, I was locked up with them dudes, man.
Yeah.
I mean, some good. It's a few of them that's good, but it's a lot of them that's bad. But it's a
It's
few of them
always
that's
gonna be
good.
like that. You're always gonna have a rotten apple in a bunch, man. It ain't too many times you're gonna have a whole bunch of apples, clean apples, man. It's sad. It's sad to say that. It's sad to say
Yeah, I
that,
was
man.
locked up with a bunch of them, the good ones.
Was
Yeah, the
Goody
good ones.
Smitty? The data was popping to the
The
chat. The
bad
data
ones I ain't
salute to
never
you.
seen.
Yeah, but if you seen the bad ones, the good ones was there. Just like you just said, what you would have did.
Oh yeah, they definitely
Yeah,
had to go.
yeah, exactly. Self-explanatory. That's why you ain't see him.
I bet Keoni the data. So now you're in high school, Gigi, right? Now you
Yeah.
in high school. You saying that situation's getting a little bit heavy because of hustling, but you ain't say that you ain't name nothing about no hustling yet. The data.
Nah,
You
because
said
because you know
you say
why,
you're
like,
strong arm and shit, nigga. You ain't hustling. You're strong arm and shit. So what? So
yeah,
how shit is
but
deadly?
see, but this what I'm trying to convey to you, and I'm glad bro said that he was locked up with the dudes, the good dudes in there. You feel me? One thing I'm trying to convey to you is I was the first nigga in my cycle to get a life sentence, bro. I was the first nigga to go down. I was the first nigga to hit all us to the elevation of the game with them niggas getting money and doing shit like that.
So when
That's
you
what I'm
first,
trying.
so when you
I'm
first
trying.
got your first life sentence, you beat it.
No, I got life sentence. I got found good the first time, bro. I was out the game. At 18, I'm out the game, bro.
Yeah.
You got to remember, Pistol Pete that I'm mentioning now, Sex Money Murder, BMO, them niggas got locked up
So
1995, brother.
so how do you
I
see
got
all
locked
these
up
bodies?
1992. I got locked up 1992. You get it?
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you say. So how do you see all these bodies? You when you got locked up the first time, you already had intel on all these bodies.
What you mean all these bodies? I want to make sure. I don't want to misconceive
Cause,
nobody. What are
cause,
you
cause,
talking?
cause, like, boom, right, boom. Like, I'm trying to get the story. Like, how did you get, boom? You saying that, boom, you told, like, you actually intel on 17 bodies to get out of prison, right?
Nah, I never did no intel on no 17 bodies. Intel is somebody confessing to some murders. You dig what I'm saying? I never said I did none stuff like my court documents don't support that. My court documents that I was locked up with and I was convicted with, my multiple homicides I was convicted with, was under Omar Johnson. You got to look at the state of Maryland versus Omar Johnson. My
Yeah.
DOC number 235265. You dig what I'm saying? I got found guilty. I blew trial. I gave my time back because I went to post conviction. Post conviction in the feds and in the state of New York is considered, you know what I mean, habeas corpus. You know what I mean? I gave my time back because the state's attorney withheld evidence. You dig what I'm
So
saying? And yeah,
that
that
happened
so
then, though. That happened then.
now that helping to help me get out of prison. 'Cause I think you hopping, you know what I mean, a lot of things. I was only charged in the state of Maryland with 5 homicides. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And I only got convicted for 2 homicides. They
yeah.
dismissed the last 3. I don't know where you get these 17. I
So where
never
the
Who you
said no
told on?
17, bro.
Who
so
you
where the
Never
told
where
said
on?
the
Who you told
17.
on?
facts. So
I
where
never
Who you
said
told on?
17.
so where
Who you told on?
so
let him,
where
let
does
him,
the
let him.
11
Y'all
bodies
gotta
coming
let
from?
him give
Where
get
does
his.
11 bodies come? Cause people
I
were saying
never said
11
11. I
bodies.
don't even go where you saying 11. Where you get 11? I never verbally said 11. I never said 12. I never said none of that shit, bro. Listen,
Yeah,
let me convey something to you. I don't need to amplify, you didn't say, a homicide on my books that can't be documented of who I am. I don't
facts,
do that, bro. I don't dance like that, man. I only
facts.
dance on for facts. Let me convey this to you. I'm a blue collar nigga from the block coming up my era. You hear when I say that? That means that I'm the nigga that ain't the flashy nigga. But the flashy niggas still respect this nigga, bro.
You told?
So
That's who I am.
you never told. So
You
to clear
told?
it up, you never told on nobody.
Nah, come on, man. You committing blasphemy right now, bro.
Wow, they try to say you
I
was.
get
They
how
put
you
you on
get
the
out.
thing that you told.
Who,
You got
who
out.
put the?
Y'all gotta
So,
y'all gotta let him give you
I, nah,
his
nah, nah,
history,
Hey
nah,
yo,
man.
nah,
yeah,
nah,
hey
yeah, yeah,
nah,
yo,
yeah.
nah, nah.
No, I
Let
just
me,
want to clear it up
hey
because
yo,
that's what's
down
coming
no,
down.
into the
no.
chat.
Listen, we don't even gotta clear up the history. What you need to do is get what's that? Just case check, right? What's that joint? Where you could internet that shit?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the PC. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All
To
you
look
gotta
at
Yeah,
do
your
is
thing.
look up
So where's
yeah.
the
his
body from?
numbers
So
and
So it
all
was.
that shit is
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you who
So
Look
he
that.
is.
Hold. Cause I don't even want to say nothing no more. I need my joint to be verified. When you
that.
Googling and you hit my joint up and you get a clear understanding of what your deliverance to the orders that you giving. But don't never put me in equation with a rat because I don't even. Yo, I get rashes being next to rats, nigga.
How much time? How much time? How much time you did?
I did 31 years, man.
And they
So
made
it
you
was
cop
two
out.
bodies. It was
How
six
many
I They
bodies,
didn't
bodies?
but you
make me
got charged
cop.
with.
They didn't make me cop out to
He
nothing.
just said that he didn't
I
cop out to
blew
nothing.
trial, bro. I got
He blew
transcripts.
trial
I
in his
blew
case, so
trial.
y'all gotta
I
let
went.
him
I got locked up under
elaborate
an
on his
alias
story.
name,
Yeah,
Omar
but
Johnson.
I'm
You
asking
feel me?
I'm asking questions because I stepped out. So that's the reason why I'm asking you the questions. I stepped out. So
Now
I'm
I
trying to
wasn't addressing.
understand.
Yeah, I wasn't addressing
I
you,
got
good brother. I was talking to the person, and now that you bringing yourself, and I know who I'm talking to, then my tone is not gonna be as like you already know what I'm saying. So I want to
Now you
clear
good.
that
You
off.
it's
good. You good. You good.
yeah.
You could get animated. You could let it. Know what I'm saying, you could speak how you want to speak. But yeah.
Nah, 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 nah.
So what? So you got knocked off for the 6 bodies, and you got charged with 2, and you blew trial on 2 of them.
Yes, 5. You
All
keep
right.
throwing extra ones on bodies, though. You be throwing extra
Nah, we
numbers,
had to
man.
clear it up, the data. It was allegedly 17. When I look up your name right now on YouTube, it says you got caught with 17 bodies and you told on 11 of them or something like that. You told on 6 bodies or whatever the
Hey,
case
I
may
would
be.
like to let me get my girl to look that up. Where that's at? You got Keoni Raheem with that? I would like to really see that one. I gotta see that.
Yeah, man. Cause the story don't make sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense. I need to comprehend that one. Where do you get that information from? We got to verify this, brother.
Hold on, I could bring it. I could pull it up. I could pull it up. I could pull it up.
Because I was on the dog in the yard, and all my information was on the dog in the yard. You dig what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that was a couple
they
of months
condone
ago.
raps on their platform. They
No, I ain't
condone
talking
raps on their
about.
platform.
Listen what I'm saying to you, good brother. You know what I mean? They do condone rats or whatever the case may be, but everybody that's on that platform is a rat.
Nah. Hell no.
All
Nah.
right then.
Nah,
So don't say that statement because that's not a statement for everybody. Just like I'm talking to you.
nah,
I can't
nah.
say,
You good? You
oh,
good with you? I can't tell your story. You only could tell your story. I'm just asking
now I don't want it.
questions, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate the questions. I just be wanting us to really go for the dialogue of common sense and facts that's before us because a lot of people, nobody's going to admit that they did some unhonorable shit, bro. Let's
They
be
said
honest,
they
bro.
said you had 17 bodies and 6 of them you told them.
Yeah. And what
What
name
you
I
Nah,
was
nah,
locked
nah,
up under?
nah,
And what
nah. He's
name I
telling
was.
his own story. He's telling his own story. That he's telling his own story.
No, I
GK, he's
want to.
telling
No,
his.
I need to. I need because it's consistency in what y'all saying to me, and I need to see this. Can y'all verify where you reading this at?
Then dollar, you gotta show them it, man. Pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, I need to see this, man.
But I'm
Yeah, that's the
jacking you. You
story.
ain't
I'm
tell.
gonna say this,
Don't get
man. The story I
if you ain't
got
tell, I'm jacking you.
from hold on. The story I got from I'm one of the
I ain't
guys
trying to pull up other people's channels and shit.
who I'm one of
Nah,
the
you got
guys
to,
who
man.
elaborate on these people that's be ratting and shit through
Yeah,
paperwork type shit. So I'm here because I heard the story of the 17 bodies and the telling on these people and I got it from the host. So I'm saying if the paperwork is what I need to see, I don't need to see nothing else or hear no stories
exactly,
and none of that shit.
exactly.
I'm not
Let
that
me.
guy. I don't
Yeah,
just say
yeah.
somebody
That's
told on
crazy.
somebody. I
Yeah,
They
mean, I
said.
done
that's.
They said you told on.
Nah, bro. You know how you killing it now? You killing it because we was talking yesterday. You ain't come at me like you coming at me now. Now you
right. You
Nah,
saying,
it's just
yeah,
that.
oh
It's
no,
just
no,
because you.
let me finish talking, bro. Cause you already,
Alright.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, and I just want to straighten it out that
Yo, Don
your
Dada, you don't
approach
want to deal with a murderer, boy.
your
You don't
whole
want to get a
approach and your
murderer,
whole
boy.
style, not that's not it,
Little
but your
pussy
whole
ass
approach and
out.
your whole style is not validated, bro. Cause I'm asking you as a man, you saying something, and I'm saying, yo, bro, that ain't true, bro.
can't do
Where
that.
you get that from, bro?
I,
And you telling me, you hold up, can I finish? You're telling
yeah.
me, oh, I can't pull up somebody else's page, but you can repeat a lot. You put me here
No, no, no.
to
Look
exploit?
it. I
No.
asked you
You
a
put
question.
me here to exploit a lot? You're not asking me
Yeah,
a
yeah.
question
Nah,
on
nah,
the
nah, nah.
lot without.
I asked you
Listen,
a
you
question
supposed to
because we
put the
got it.
paperwork in the man's face, and the nigga supposed to look at
Nah,
that
he
shit,
didn't. He
and
didn't.
then he supposed to say,
Listen.
"Yo, I
Correct.
didn't tell," or "I
Yo,
did
hold up.
tell."
Hey, yo,
You
hold up.
just
Hey,
assuming.
yo, bro. Look, you going a little in too deep. I understand your pain because I'll feel the same way if somebody implicated or insinuated I was a
Yeah,
rat.
I'm just asking.
But
I
it
just
was a
asked a question
question. It
because
was a question. It wasn't a. It wasn't a
clear up shit.
statement. It was a question.
And you gotta understand that there's people that's coming into the chat right here, and they saying, "Oh, ask them about some dude named BJ, or ask them about this, or ask them," and I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Yo, you know why? The people that's asked you that is the people from Baltimore and know my connection because my name was OJ in Baltimore. And everybody that ran with me was BJ. And BJ is Pistol Pete. See, you just, you know what I mean? You trying to nullify shit that it don't have no merit. You don't ask no real nigga no shit. Like, I know this era is different, but I ain't that era,
Yeah,
bro. I ain't that
yeah,
era,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I'm not
I
that
bet,
era,
bet,
bro.
bet, bet. So boom, so boom, so you start. So how did you make it to Maryland? How do you start going to Maryland or whatnot?
My big homie, the niggas from the west side call a family. They the first niggas that used to be out there in Baltimore and shit
How
like
old
that.
was you then? How old was you when you started first stepping to like foot in Baltimore?
Hey, I was 15, 16. because I only had a 2-year
All
run
right, you
out
was a
there
young
before I got
dude,
locked up.
Tadada, stepping foot in Baltimore. How did the Baltimore people in Baltimore feel about this, Tadada? Because you know the Baltimore don't like New York niggas coming with the Air Forces and everything. Tadada be on the block and shit like that. You might get, you know what I'm saying? And that's a real
That's
place. How,
yeah, but that's why I went to prison, because it was a war between New York dudes and Baltimore, just like the Wire. That's the era I got locked up in.
yeah. All right, I feel it,
Hey, I think we
Tadada.
gotta. Hey, big homie, I think we gotta Google my name, man. You gotta Google that joint right now, bro. I know you could do
I
it, man.
bet. I Google your name. What you want me to look it up on though? The
It's
same
the
thing?
same name, bro.
I
It's no changing, bro. It's the same
got,
name, man.
I got you right now, bro. So boom. So you start messing with people from Maryland, Tadada. Do you start messing with people from Maryland? How does this work, Tadada?
Now I just told you my best friend got killed in Maryland, and then once he got killed, it changed the game, and then next thing you know, I got locked up for multiple homicides.
And you
If you
and you blew
Google it,
trial.
if you Google it, it's all up in there. It's called case search. If you case search, you dig what I'm saying, Omar Johnson versus State of Maryland, 1992, it'll pop up. You know what I mean? Case number first start with 1923003. You got to look these things up,
Oh,
man.
I got you right here, Tadada, right here. I think Tadada. Bronx Kenon was charged as a juvenile with multiple homicides in Baltimore and was sentenced to 2 life terms after 31 thing, Tadada.
I don't hear, I
I
don't
got
hear
you
nothing
popping
about
up.
it don't got nothing about me ratting. It don't got
Nah,
nothing
it
about
don't.
me doing no 12, 14, 13 homicides. Don't got nothing to do with what I just conveyed to you about me and Pistol Pete back in the days. It don't got
Yeah.
nothing to do with that. Cause I don't talk on that platform, but yesterday you kind of had me feeling we was on some spiritual joy. Now you coming with this right here, kind of like
Nah,
you
nah, nah,
kind of
nah,
like
nah,
threw
nah,
me
nah.
off, bro.
We
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm thrown off on
it
that one,
all
son.
Keoni, Tadada, it all gonna go out, it all gonna go into part, Tadada, because at the end of the day, Tadada, what does the title says what it says, Tadada, you heard? That who you are, Tadada, how you your transformation, Tadada, your non-profit group, Tadada, you know what I'm saying? Everything's going, but your story is your story, Tadada. I can't help but to read people, Tadada's chat and just, you know what I'm saying? And give the chat. We're here for the chat. I'm doing your story, but at the end of the day, the chat, Tadada, was giving out questions. We just asked the questions. I'm not in Baltimore. I'm not in the Bronx. I'm not over here. I don't know nothing. So for me to even ask a question and it to irk you or to me to even say your name,
No,
I don't
no,
know about
no,
none of
no, no.
this.
No,
You know
no,
what I'm
no,
saying?
no, no.
I don't know nothing. It's just the
Nah,
chat
look,
coming in.
what the good brother said right here, he said some real shit. He said, yo, you don't throw that shit out like that with certain niggas,
Mm-mm.
bro. So I understand
Yeah,
the culture that you, let me finish, please. I understand the culture that you in right now, but I just came out of a fucking time capsule, bro. And my time capsule where I came from, we don't indulge in that shit, bro. And when you look
yeah,
at my Instagram, I don't engage in that shit, bro. I don't promote that I was out here doing these things and that. I don't promote that stuff, bro. But what
facts.
I'm saying is, I'm not no fucking rat neither, yo. And I wouldn't expect somebody to be doing what the fuck they did, killing people. And when they get caught, you dig what I'm saying? Now they want to tell because they don't want to do a life sentence and they want to get out and they can't handle it. Because the person that you killed don't got the option to come back. So it's no
That's a fact.
justification for a rat, man. You dig what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact.
So I will be offended when you align me with saying that I told her get the fuck up out of here because I earned for me being in this space.
And
They
you
didn't get this
shouldn't.
shit to me.
That's a
They
fact.
didn't get this shit to me. I gave my shit back pro se. I ain't know how to read. I'm self-taught. I ain't know how to read or nothing. And I gave my shit down pro se. And it's documented. So I do get offended when niggas try to compare me in that era of being a rat, bro. Because that's not me, bro.
And you gotta stand on business. You gotta stand on business. If anybody felt like you was supposed to if anybody felt like you was supposed to not be the data like not stand up for whatever you feel that's right or what's wrong the data, you can get mad. I'm saying you can get emotional. You can wild out the data. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I still gotta do my job and just ask questions. That's point. Maybe they thought you was
Yeah.
somebody else. Maybe they thought you was pulling up for
Now
someone else's channel.
I wish you would have, what I'm saying to you is, I wish you would have informed me that somebody said this to you because we didn't have this conversation yesterday. So for you, because you were saying a lot of things, and I was like, and I'm correcting you, but then I'm like thinking we had a whole good conversation yesterday. But why
Yeah,
am I correcting you when you talking about 11 bodies, intel? We never had no conversation like that. Man, like, come on, bro.
yeah.
You don't. It's not. Yo, I understand you doing your job, but your job is not based on deception, bro.
It's not the data, but look
You
at
you're not gonna get. You're never gonna get the truth by tricking a motherfucker into space, bro.
that's
You
a
get the
finna and
truth
no
by
act.
putting
But
it. You get the truth when you stand on truth. You know what I mean. And you want to get the truth out of somebody that's trying to deceive you and mislead you. You niggas saying you get it by standing on the truth. Cause the person that ain't truthful, he's gonna either get away or he's gonna be exposed, bro.
so boom, Tandada. So this is where we get the intel from Google, Tandada.
Look, you see how he popping that shit up right there? Ain't no
Yeah.
Google shit jump up in there, baby. Beauty. Google my name and see if they got Keoni Raheem that I killed 15 people and I informed on anybody. Google that for me, please.
Nah,
And I
nah, nah,
know it
nah.
ain't
They
on
don't
no
got.
Google.
But that's
I
just
know it ain't on
just
no
the
Google, bro.
in.
I
Yeah,
know it
that's a
ain't on
fact.
no Google. I know it
That's
ain't
a
on no
fact. But look
Google.
at this. Is what comes up right here, Tandada. You heard? Multiple homicides in Baltimore sentenced to 2 life served, Tandada, after serving 31 years.
Yeah, that's it. They got my paperwork. You
Hold on,
can
hold on,
look the
hold on,
whole
hold on.
joint up.
You gotta go. You got to get a thing.
Oh, serious joint.
Yeah, so nah, so that's what they got. They got multiple bodies, the daughter, you know what I'm saying? And maybe people got it wrong, the daughter. You from the Alpo era. Get about it. Like you see, that's people just come up. So we try to elaborate. When shit
You get
like
the
that comes
address.
up, I'm just like, yo, hold on, the daughter. Maybe I got the wrong person. Let me elaborate a little bit. Let him get his elaboration out, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
And look, you said a key point right there. And I know you do your journeys and you do your homework because you say I did grow up in the Alpo era, right? And I can freely
You
say
grew
this
up a
to you,
little
right?
bit after him.
Yeah,
Nah,
he's
like,
older than
yeah,
us.
he
He
older than
older than
us.
us. He got
He
locked up
ain't
in 91 in Prince Georgia County. You understand what I'm saying? In Maryland. But he was in DC. So what I'm conveying to you is I did grow up in the Alpo era because this mob style, AZ, and these are street legends that we used to hear about when we was in the Bronx, coming from the Bronx into Manhattan when we used to go to Rutgers Park. So I looked up to the nigga Alpo. The way he moved, the way he was, you know what I mean, being aggressive and shit like that. I grabbed some of my style from that nigga, to be honest with you. But I didn't learn that nigga ratted until I got locked up in the state of Maryland when I was in there with Wayne Perry's nephew. That's when I
Fact.
found out this man was a rat. I didn't
Look
know.
at
The whole New York ain't know at that time.
Keani, I'm gonna tell you this too, Dada. So, cause I don't want you to feel like I'm not on your side, Dada. On my segment, it don't say nothing about no intel, nothing about you telling them. So I just put New York, cause people's gonna come and they're gonna say their own story, so you can have your own story, Dada. I can't create your story for you. You only could tell your own story, Dada. But if there's questions, people want they want answers to it, Dada. There's nothing right here that says it says Keoni and Fat Joe was at the Foster Project, Dada. Y'all came up together. It says Keoni, Dada, details, Dada, on his story, Dada, on 2 bodies, Dada. Now I put 2 because it was a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because you
but a
got locked up
couple,
for 2.
yeah,
Yeah.
a couple that I wasn't convicted for. So a couple that I wasn't convicted for, and the two that I am
And you
convicted
did
for, you're gonna
31
hear
years. You did the
exactly.
31 years?
So you're gonna hear what I'm
Yeah.
convicted for. You ain't gonna hear about nothing else after
And
that.
and it says that you going to your transformation, Dada, you know what I'm saying? Of transforming, Dada, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see what I wrote. Let me see what I wrote.
Now, no, you started
Yeah,
off with it.
yeah.
I
I had
understand
all right,
everything you're
Dada.
saying.
I ain't do you dirty,
Yeah, no,
Dada.
I'm not
I
talking
ain't do
about
you
you.
dirty.
I'm
Honestly,
talking about.
yeah. Nah. Go
I'm
ahead.
caught up on that. I'm caught up on what you saying.
hold on. If you don't got no, listen, man, this how this works, man. If you don't got no paperwork, you can't say it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
I'm letting you
That's
know.
it.
Like,
That's it.
if ain't no paperwork, you can't say it. I'm
That's
gonna tell you how
it.
it works. And he done heard me say this 1,000 times on these
Exactly. You
platforms.
can't do it. You can't
Listen,
even. Yo, it's
when
not
you get
cool.
off the bus and you go in a motherfucker's cell, his paperwork is on the bed or on the table.
That's right.
You read it. When he come back from wherever he at, or even if he in the cell, he gonna let you know, listen,
You gotta
I'm gonna say
leave.
this one time. If you're a good man, you can stay here. If you ain't, leave now so we don't have a problem.
There you go.
I ain't
Just
going
like that.
through no whole bunch of shit with you. We ain't gonna do none of that. Here's my work. I need you to read it. But if you touch that work and you read it, when the next bus come and your bag come, I need this. That work need to be your work need to be here. I don't give a fuck if I'm at work, gym, I'm at rec, child, whatever. When I come back in this cell, when the next bus come, your paperwork need to be on the bed or on this
Yeah,
table right here.
that's right.
Facts.
If you can't do that, you need to find you somewhere else to go.
That's it.
But where I've been at, 9 times out of 10, dude ain't no rat coming to the penitentiary and just
In the
walking on the
feds.
compound. He not,
In the
yeah, that's right.
feds. In
That's
the
right. He
feds.
not doing that.
It's not
So
happening.
so that's what I'm saying. You like I don't like to do what people saying. I don't
Yeah.
you know that. Dundada, you know that about me. I don't
Yeah,
care
no,
what
no,
nobody's
facts.
saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I came up here because I thought, homie had some paperwork that that he wanted to read off or whatever the case may be. I know the
Nah, he
ins and
solid.
outs
He did
about
what
this
you
type
did.
of shit.
You did your time in General Pop, right, in Maryland.
So
All you gotta do,
yeah, he did. He did
all
31 years. You think he did
yeah,
it in
all
the
you gotta
box?
do, yeah, all you gotta do is get
Damn.
my shit, bro. That's it. You could hit my motherfucking DOC number, man. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all you that all of that. See, I'm out the era like this, bro. I understand this internet, you tell your story, but I'm not telling nothing. I'm only conveying, bro. I'm
yeah,
not telling nobody nothing. I'm only conveying my perspective of how I seen my journey, bro. I'm not
yeah,
telling nobody nothing. You
yeah.
dig? So when I'm
Fact.
talking, I'm only conveying this to you. Because some people can judge and say, yo, all right, well, I would have did it this way. Oh shit, he's stupid for doing it that way.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm not telling nobody nothing. I'm only conveying this to you. I'm only taking this time out to share to other people, you know what I mean, how to, you know what I mean, be consciously aware of what you investing in. And when you invest in the
facts.
wrong thing, don't motherfucking feel like you gotta act like the other people that didn't act in the way that you invested in them in, and they ain't responding your way to make you justified to do some suckery fuckery shit. That's all
Yeah,
I'm.
facts,
That's all I
facts.
was up here to say. I ain't up
That,
here to be like that
yo,
other shit. I don't know about that.
the Hell Road story ain't got nothing to do with Keoni. Keoni comes from Forest Project, the data. We like Keoni comes from Forest Project. We already knew that stuff, data. We already know his story, the data. He did his time in Baltimore, the data. We already knew this from yesterday, the data. You know what I'm saying? He already let us know this shit from yesterday, so it's not the same. It's not that story, GG. You know what I'm saying? I bet. So boom, you doing your time in Maryland, da da. We're in Maryland, da da. Boom, you're in high school. Can we get back to the story though? You're in
Okay,
high
yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I went to
You
high
boom,
school.
you
I
start
went to
going to
three
you
different
start,
high schools.
yeah.
I went to three different high schools. I went to Jane Addams first. I got kicked out of Jane Addams for assault. Then I went to probation school and went back to Jane Addams. They kicked me out again. Then I went to Morris High School. And then at the Morris, I went to Clinton. And that's when I started selling drugs in Clinton over there by Mashula Parkway. That's the first time I started really actually selling drugs and all that shit in Mashula Parkway up
And
there
how
by
did that?
Clinton.
How was that? The dollar like from a trap, like a trap house, like a trappy, or just on a block,
Nah,
just
nah.
posted.
Like when you go to Clinton High School, you get off the 4 train. And once you get off the 4 train, you walk down. They got a park right there before you walk down to the school. They used to have areas right there. It was like where white people be at. So Mashula Parkway is almost like like upstate. So you can sell what you sell in my hood, $3 dimes or whatever the case. You sell that for $10 up there. You feel me?
You were selling bud. You started with selling bud. Or you,
Nah, it was
what was
crack.
it?
No, it was coke.
Oh,
It was
crack.
coke. Powder
Oh,
coke. Powder coke. Yeah,
so
powder
you seen
coke.
the transfer. So you seen the transformation from selling coke to going to Ready Rock. You seen that transformation,
Yeah, I
or you
seen the
was already grown
transformation
when
crack.
crack was already out, busting.
Yeah, yeah. I grew up in the era when crack came. When crack hit the urban community at like late 84, 85, 86.
Yeah,
I'm talking about I'm in high school. We talking about 88, 89. You feel me?
yeah, facts. I bet. So you start selling right there on that thing. So what made you push to go to Baltimore? Who brought you to Baltimore? Why was you set like what made you settle down in Baltimore right there now?
That go back to the three
And the
people I was
Raheem
telling.
dude, yeah, the Raheem dude
Yeah,
from the first
that go
from the
back.
first
That go back to what I was saying about the three people in my building when you was talking about influence of the game, right?
yeah,
I told you the first two got locked up and did 25 to life, right?
facts.
The third dude that I met was a slick dude, but he used to go out there in Boston. You feel me? And he used to go out in Boston, and he the one that took me out of town to Baltimore. And that was my
Yeah,
introduction to Baltimore. You feel me?
facts.
That's when Biggie be like, his man
And
got murdered. Biggie said his man got murdered in the town you never heard of.
yeah,
When you hear Biggie rap that, he talking about his
yeah.
man Two Tech. Two Tech
So
got killed
so
in Baltimore.
so when you go to Baltimore, the dude that lived on top of Fat Joe, the Raheem dude, that he goes to Baltimore with you.
Not the first, my first trip, he don't come with me. I went out there myself. And then I
Yeah,
was so excited and getting money. And of course, we best friends. We, like you say, going in the stores, like you were saying, you bonded with niggas. We break bread, we eat it. You know what I mean? Go to the Chinese restaurant, get the 4 chicken wings, and everybody split the 4 chicken wings. One nigga get the leg, the other nigga get the back part. You know what I mean? 10 niggas
yeah,
get, you know what I mean, off
That's
of
when
one.
shit costed $2,
Yeah, so you
and
know what
you
I'm talking
forgot
about.
rice and gravy and
Yeah.
chicken wings.
So when I'm going out
fact,
of town and I'm touching this money, of course I want to incorporate my brother. I consider him my brother. You know what I mean? And we went out of town, and he wound up getting killed, and he wound up getting killed because we had Baltimore kids that was the same age as us working with us.
yeah,
So it was like a conflict of interest because the dudes that was matching us off was older than us, right? At first they was hitting the kids. But now the kids from the neighborhood, they ain't had no problem taking to work for the New York niggas. But now the New York niggas is putting us on there with the niggas that they giving the work to. You feel me?
yeah. And the
So
kids, you
that's,
saying?
I mean, I was a kid at that time, so we all the
Yeah,
same
yeah, yeah,
age. So I'm
yeah.
saying
Facts,
we
facts.
kids. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's when the friction came amongst us, the
You
Baltimore
have
dudes in the New York.
but did you have houses there? Like y'all had
Yeah,
stable
man,
houses?
we ain't living no we lived in the county and we hustled in the city.
So
You
you
get
try to
it?
take over a block, or you had a block, and Baltimore people wasn't feeling it, so
The
they about to
people,
cause tension.
yeah, the people, when I came down there, they already had a machine going, bro. The machine that
Yeah,
they had was already, the employees were young Baltimore employees.
facts.
All right. Now, you got young Baltimore employees. Baltimore dudes don't got no problem taking no drugs from a New York dude.
Yeah,
You get it?
yeah,
Because they on the block selling it. The New York dude is not on the block with them. You get it?
yeah,
Friction comes when the same dude that's giving you a package, now that they've got a feel of the neighborhood, now they putting their workers along with you getting the package from them on the same block as them.
facts.
It's an infiltration thing going on now. You understand what I'm saying?
So you, yeah, yeah. So you just hopping out. So y'all just hopping out the data on blocks of data that don't actually, and there's already other people down the street and shit like that. You're
Yeah,
saying,
I'm saying that the people that brought me down here already had the blocks, and the dudes,
yeah,
the reason why they had the blocks, it was because of the locals.
yeah,
But then when they start giving the locals packages, now the locals is in competition with us. So they
yeah,
getting double money. You
yeah,
understand now?
yeah. We understand the data. So friction start popping off the data, whatever the case may be, right there, the data, and you just have a situation that you happen to what's that shit called, the data, the murders occurred because of the gang war or the money war, whatever the case may be, in Baltimore.
All right, for my situation, for me, what happened with me is, like I said, my brother come out here, you know what I mean? We got in the friction
And yeah,
with,
what age is this?
we
What age is
16. I'm
still?
15, he's 16.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Yo, back then, the way we moved through life, the God will tell you, the way we moved through life, the transition of life, you'll think we did 5 years. And all that be done in motherfucking 1 year, 2 years. Think about the nigga Chicky. Think about the nigga Boy George. If you look at the history of them niggas, nigga Boy George only had a 2 year run.
Yeah.
So it took though.
So you saying you ain't have a long run?
Nah, I didn't have a long run in the element of getting money. I had a long run.
Yeah.
I had a 5 year run, far as at the age of 13 all the way to the age of 18. That was my
Yeah.
run.
Facts. I bet the daughter. So boom, the daughter. So you was gonna tell us about how you got caught up. That's what you was about to
Oh,
say.
now I was telling you about how Raheem got killed. That's what you wanted to
Oh
know.
yeah, 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 yep. All right, got killed.
So, so we all used to share the same stash house. The Baltimore kids and us all shared the same stash house. So one day, me and Rod, we dirty niggas coming up. This is our greatest opportunity, right? We used to
Yeah,
get G packs. So back then, you get G packs, they used to pay you 70/30. We get 300, and the dude get his 700, right?
yeah,
Now we had options. You had an option that you could pay a work on the block to hustle for you. You give him $1 a pill. If he's a good worker, you might give him $1.50. Now you go on $1.50. That take what that leave you with $1.50.
50.
You
Definitely.
feel me? So I gotta motherfucking govern this dude and make sure I get my little crumb. But the more G packs I get, the more I stack up on my profit. You feel me?
facts.
So make a long story short, you know what I mean? We knocked them niggas out with they money with the 70/30 when they give us a G pack. We knocked their money out and we got a nice amount of G packs and all of it is our money. But it's in this stash house that we sharing with these Baltimore kids. And they young like us. So you know it, I mean, when we kids and we misfits, we always say fuck them motherfuckers, right? We
Yeah,
easy to say fucking nigga. You feel
yeah,
me? If he ain't amongst our clan, it's easy to say fuck him.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't hard for the Baltimore kids to say fuck us. So when we come back, we all excited. Oh man, we about to come back. We gonna go back to New York. We gonna have money. We gonna all this right here. We gonna boom boom boom, and the shit was gone. Yep, the bitch ass niggas took all our shit.
So Raheem, so what happened when Raheem?
So me and Raheem, we together. Now, mind you, how we used to come up in New York, we was fearless. We didn't fear guns and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We run down on niggas that got guns and we don't got guns. So we out of town and by us being young, we naive. We was naive. So that same attitude energy that we brung in New York, due to them niggas working with the niggas that brung us out here,
yeah,
we didn't come as hard as we would have came if they was a foe.
I hear you.
So I call a dude. I'm like, yo, them niggas took our shit. Oh yeah, all right, I'll be there in a minute. So after he ain't coming to me, I'm like, fuck that shit. See the nigga, and we put hands on the nigga, beat the nigga up, fuck him up real bad. You feel me?
The niggas that stole your pack, you ran up on them. You see the same niggas that stole your pack that died, so you fucked them up. The
Yeah,
same
we
niggas.
put the same niggas. We put
I
hands on
bet.
them because it wasn't a rocket scientist to knowing who the fuck took our package. You know what I'm saying? So
Wait a minute though. Wait a minute though, Dada. But did you have actual proof that they took your package? I know it was they don't take a rocket scientist, Dada, but anything, you know what I'm saying?
nah, them niggas owed the niggas that brung us out. They owed them some money. They was short on money, and when we came back, them niggas went on a trip to Virginia because back then the Baltimore niggas would go to the mall of Virginia and they be buying them big ass herringbones and they be buying them guest outfits and all that shit. This nigga
Yeah,
didn't have enough money to purchase all this shit that he had on. He was too fly. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that was our evidence right there that we was violated.
They said Forrest raised some bad motherfuckers.
Yeah, so we put hands on him, right?
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Which it didn't sit well with him, right?
Yes.
And he wound up coming back and getting his revenge. Like I say, we was naive. We thinking we got the guns. We don't need no guns, even though we got guns. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
And the nigga just started blanging, and I was like, oh shit. And Rod tried to get him while he was chasing me to shoot me. He tried to get him from the side, and the nigga turned around and shot Rod.
Oh.
Yeah,
So he was standing on
traumatizing.
business. He was standing on business. He tried to grab the nigga with the
Mm-hmm.
strap. He ran towards him. That was.
Yeah.
You think if he would have just ran, y'all both would have been good? Or he
Nah,
needed
because
you needed
no, I
him
would have
kind
got
of
I would have got shot.
yeah.
I would have got shot.
So he
If he
saved
wouldn't
you.
have yeah, if he wouldn't have broke the nigga rhythm and shooting at me, if he wouldn't have broke the rhythm, I would have got shot. You understand?
Yeah. Facts.
That's like how Christians, right, or anybody that acknowledge Jesus, right? Jesus is a great entity, you know what I mean, to us because they say that he sacrificed himself for our sins, right?
Yes.
So this is for humanity, right? Yo,
So
you can imagine the magnitude if you have a mere mortal sacrificing their life for you, how that will affect you.
how did that make you feel? Cause you actually brung him. You were actually the one that he's the dude from on top of the building, a Fat Joe, the
Yeah,
dada.
yeah.
He fucking you brung him to Maryland, the dada. You know what I'm saying? And he sitting, he had your back. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
yep.
So how does
And
that
if
how was you feeling
it,
that during that time?
that turned me into, you know what I mean, wound up getting 31 years, 2 life sentences.
Oh, so that's what started. That's what actually made you black, like dark hearted a little bit. That was the crack in the thing right there,
Yeah,
because you
yeah, that was
lost
the
that. You
crack.
lost Raheem.
Yeah, yeah, that was the crack. And then that's when, around this time, I was already, me and Pistol Pete was already associates. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
after I lost Raheem, I wanted to go back out there, and the people that I have with me around me, I want to have that same energy that I had. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's how me and Pistol Pete got cool, and me and BMO became brothers based on that. This before Sex, Money, Murder, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So Pistol Pete, that the Pistol Pete from Sex Money Murder, the daughter, he's doing life in jail, right?
Yes.
He was in Baltimore with you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
He
right.
did a brief
So,
he did a brief stint in Baltimore. I got a picture with me and him when we was kids.
so what happened with Raheem? Raheem has a he goes back home to New York to do
No,
a funeral.
he got killed.
I know, but he goes home to do his funerals at home in New York. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, we paid for it. We do all that. You know what I'm saying? We was getting money back then, so that shit wasn't nothing. You know what I mean?
So that beef right there, that is what ended you right there. You got get back for Raheem. Well, allegedly, and then you got hit with what, 6 bodies? You said, or
No,
two,
I said 5.
5,
I
and
was I
then
was indicted I was indicted for 5 different homicides, and then they dropped 3 of them, and I was convicted for 2 of them.
did the dude that ever got Raheem, was that one of the people or not? It was just
Mm-mm.
it was just you didn't know who that was really.
He got
You
locked
didn't
up.
know.
He got locked up. Nah, I had to know who he was. I just told
All
you
right.
all us was, you know what I mean, interacting with each other. So it
Yeah.
was a civil. See, that beef right there, even though it was a Baltimore, New York joint, it was kind of, our joint was different because it was a civil matter.
Facts.
See, niggas that be beefing with the New York and Baltimore beef, it be some niggas trying to take over the block. You
Yeah.
feel me? So niggas ain't letting these niggas take over the block. That's where that tug of war come in. Our tug of war came in. We already had the block. Cause remember, we had the kids working on the block. You feel me? So
Yeah.
for them to turn around and steal, they really was stealing from themselves. Because we always one unit.
It
Cause
was
the
one.
money was
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
all to the same people. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. But they was more like, oh yeah, this is like we grew up here, our parents living
Yeah,
here, this,
yeah,
that, we can
yeah,
take from these
yeah,
niggas, da da da. Like
yeah,
you was more like, yo, we
yeah,
structured, yo, our people's chill, da da da. We trying to,
yeah,
you being
yeah. We
righteous
ain't,
towards you, you trying to be cruddy, da da da. Calm
yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we going against sticker boys, and the sticker boys is from their neighborhood. You dig what I'm saying? And we shooting out with them niggas. So where is it coming when we wind up? But see, that go back to Baltimore nature. See what I told you earlier.
And
The
what
way,
part of Baltimore this is? This is the West, right?
yeah, I was over there by Hollis and Pulaski. Hollis
All
and
right.
Pulaski, Boyd, Carrington Road, Wheeler.
You
Then we
used
was
to
over in the east
you used to
side.
get
We
the
was
half
over
and
there.
half. The half and
Oh
half.
yeah.
You know about the
You
half
talking
and
about
halves?
Crazy Johns. Yeah, Crazy Johns and all that.
You know about the flea market full of food downtown and shit like that? That
Yeah.
big ass flea, yeah,
Lexington Market. You talking about
yeah,
Lexington Market.
that's at the market, yeah.
Yeah. You know?
Man, that shit real, the data. So bet, so boom, so your boy passes away, the data, and now the data, you get caught up. So you get caught up, the data. What happens during trial and stuff like that? You get caught for 5. You get caught. I mean, you spin. You get back. So when you got, I bet. So when you got get back, the data, it was just 5 random people. It was a war. So it was just war. It was just 5
Nah, it
random
wasn't
people.
like
It wasn't
nah,
really
nah,
for the.
not no. Not
Now,
5
not
random people.
random, but I'm talking about of the oppositions.
It was because you know what they
It
say.
wasn't exactly the people like it wasn't exactly the people who had something to do with Raheem. That's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't really for that. It was just because it was dead people and maybe y'all still was worried over money and thing. It wasn't really for the Raheem situation, but the Raheem situation cracked you, made you think different.
Exactly, but
Yeah,
what I'm saying, it go back to the TV show. If y'all familiar with The Wire,
yeah,
the way they tell a narrative, right, is the
yeah.
narrative and the perspective from Baltimore dudes' perspective of how they seen the New York dudes, right?
Yeah,
So you don't have
scary.
too many, yeah, you don't have too many New York people, you know what I mean, giving a dialogue of their version of, you know what I mean, the New York and Baltimore situation neither. You get
Yeah,
what I'm trying to convey to you?
facts.
So when we look at The Wire, everybody be like, oh, this, that, but they don't know the dynamics of the New York nigga side of that Wire situation. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna give you an example, a real example. Like the dude Marlo from The Wire that they talk about, right?
Like like they would never give what was the perspective of a New York state of mind, because at the end of the day, the New York niggas is in their city, so they never got, oh yeah, New York niggas coming from New York saying, yo, what's poppin', let's go out here, make money, let's take over this city, they're never gonna have that over there, they just got New York niggas being there, and they take them off the block. Oh, you from New York, we gonna get you off the block, but New York is
Exact,
actually on their block. Baltimore ain't
exact,
on a New York person block. Baltimore ain't New York on New York taking over a block. New York's in Baltimore trying to take over a block. But at the end of the day, they hitting back. Yeah, they hitting. Baltimore niggas.
exactly. But this is their narrative. So what I'm trying
Yeah,
to convey to you is like in The Wire they talk about the dude Marlo, right?
yeah.
The dude that's based on a
Marlo,
real that he's based on a
Avon
real
Barksdale
character.
and Marlo. Yeah, they both
Yeah,
two real
he
people.
he's based on. I was locked up with Marlo Bates, the real Marlo, the one that's
All right.
home now. So you know what I mean. I was locked up with him.
Yeah,
So by me being locked up with these dudes, I was locked up with the Avons. I was locked up with the people that the Wire was taking glimpses of real life cases and putting it in the narrative of their show. You follow what I'm trying to
facts,
convey to you? So,
facts. Yes.
so now these dudes that I just mentioned, right, are
Yeah,
dudes that became my mentor in the system.
facts.
But you got to look at it though. I'm a New York dude though.
Yeah,
The bodies and the wars that was going on is New York, Baltimore. They got mad bodies. They don't really have a real relation. They don't fuck with New York niggas like that. You understand what I'm trying
yeah,
to convey to you?
yeah.
So for them to take me in under their wing, you dig what I'm saying? It raised me through these 31 years and guided me through the system. It lets you know that the boundary was broke.
Now,
Nobody's really telling
Keoni,
that
we gonna
story.
get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get to all that. So boom. So boom. So right now the war starts. Boom. You get hit with the 5 bodies or whatever the case may be. You do 2. How do you get to 31? What is it? You go to trial. They give you 31 years. What
No,
was
no,
you
no, no,
looking
no,
at?
no, 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 no. It don't work like that in Maryland. What
All
happened
right. So
was
how it work?
I went on a run, right? I was on a
Yeah.
run, and I got locked up
So
in New York.
so you knew that you was. How was that day that you found out that the cops wanted you for bodies? How did you find out? They called you. Someone
Now
called
they
you.
had me
Said,
on
yo.
Maryland's Most Wanted. I was on Maryland Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you seen the poster?
yeah,
And you was like, oh shit, I'm on it. How does that feel? When you like, oh shit, I'm on a poster. So when you go back to New York, where you
yeah.
dip to?
Now I dipped
I
back to New
bet.
York. Yeah, I went back to New York, and then I was in New York floating around. Then I shot down to North Carolina for a minute. That ain't work out. Then I came back to New York, and I got caught up on a humble joint. They was
Yeah,
looking for me, but due to me being under the alias name, you feel what I'm saying? They didn't know how to narrow me down where I was at.
yeah,
So one day, you know what I mean? It was some dumb shit, man. This broad, I'm walking in the projects, because back then I used to drink a lot of 40s. You know what I mean? I like to drink the
yeah,
old English with the pina colada. We used to call it the formula. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
that shit, just like the juice movie. You see, I remember how that era, how they was walking through the block and, you know what I mean,
yeah,
Tretch and
yeah, yeah.
all
With the
them.
40s. Yeah,
Yeah, you
facts,
keep
facts.
look, you got the 40 under your arm like this. This how you walking through the joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
It was cool being a young alcoholic back then. You feel me? So I used to drink 40. So anyway, this girl, I used to go to that school, Jane Addams, and it's around my neighborhood. She just come out the blue, like, yo, you tell my girlfriend to suck your dick? I'm like, what? She keeps saying this shit for like 2 blocks. Yo, I got to the second block.